If I had the opportunity to talk to someone who was considering adoption, I would just tell her to be patient with herself and, feel through things and really, in being patient, just make sure that those good feelings come, because they will come. The right answer will come. The right family that you're looking for, they will come. Just be patient.
I always tell people, I never tell anyone they should place a child for adoption. I don't want that responsibility because I don't know. Yeah. God does, and they do, But I do encourage people to really evaluate all their options, because my worst nightmare was having regret. Mm-hmm. And uninformed decisions bring regret. Yes. An uninformed decision is where there's an option that you don't actually know. And if people think they know about the option of adoption, I feel like all the other options, so there are options when you're in a crisis pregnancy, for lack of a better word. I don't know what the PC term is these days. But the options are single parenting, marriage, abortion, and adoption. Mm-hmm. And I feel like for whatever's on the table for you, you better evaluate it thoroughly, get accurate and current information. I feel like most of those other options are well represented in our culture, in our media, etc. But most people don't have current and accurate information about adoption. I encourage people to talk to single parents who have had positive and negative experiences. Talk to children of single parents who have had positive and negative experience. Talk to people who've married for a pregnancy. Talk to people who've had abortions who have positive and negative experiences. Talk to adopted children. Talk to birth parents, all of which who have had positive and negative experiences. Do the research, find out the numbers, make sure that you're not making a decision based on some old information or some fallacies or some worst case scenarios or some rumors or some misconceptions, because they are out there. So that's my number one advice to people who are trying to figure out what they want to do is be thorough and really open yourself up to all of the options. Really be open-minded about it, because I was not initially, I was really looking at A, B, or C, but not D, when really it should be a matter of what's right and what's best.
Yeah, I think going back to what I said earlier, because I was so young, I felt bullied into that I couldn't raise this child. I wasn't capable of it. I would tell any mom, no matter what stage in life you are, it doesn't matter if you're a 32-year-old doctor, that by society standards would perfectly be able to raise a child on your own. If you don't feel like you're ready to take that step, that is completely your choice. Mm-hmm. Never let someone bully you into a decision, whether it's adoption, abortion, parenting. You need to dig deep and find out what's best for this child. No matter your circumstances, it doesn't matter, because like Tamara said earlier, we've seen children thrive from, single parent homes. We've seen children thrive from living with grandparents. You need to figure out what's going to be best for you and what's best for this child, and not letting those outside influences overtake your thoughts.
Yes, sticking to what you decided, even though, others are trying to tell you what to do or change your mind.
Yeah. Because everybody's got an opinion in these situations. Yeah. Everyone knows what you should do. And that is really burdensome, and it can be really hard because you don't want to disappoint people and you don't want to make enemies. Yeah. But really, if there's one person I want to be comfortable answering to, it's my Justin. Yeah. It's my son, It's not my mom, it's not my boyfriend, it's not society as a whole. I want to do what I can confidently justify to my son.
Yeah, and I think a lot of decisions, especially with something of this magnitude, the decision can be made to alleviate fear, to alleviate anxiety instead of seeking peace. And I've known birth moms who made the decision and they've worked through it and they have peace about it now. And I've made decisions based out of fear and to try and just make something fine. And this is such an amazing thing that I would encourage anyone in this situation to really look for the answer that gives them peace, that calms the storm, that instead of just trying to make it go away.
Cover it up, fix the problem.
Or defer consequences. For me, I got engaged because that was a way for me to just think about the problems later. I was giving my child a father. We won't be very happy. It'll be a crappy marriage. We'll probably get divorced. I don't have to think about that right now. But with adoption, those were consequences that were immediate, and so I feel like, again, it's a pick your poison scenario. I feel like some decisions are easier to make, harder to live with, and some are harder to make, easier to live with. And it's natural to want to make choose the consequences that are farther off, but that's not always best.